All right, guys, I have got a serious problem that I want to address. So I was getting ready to make this video, and you guys know that I am a big connoisseur of ginger ale, and normally I have some sitting here on the desk that you don't see behind the scenes that I drink while I make my videos. My kids apparently drank the last one or two, and I am without tonight. So trying to find the energy and the will to go on is difficult. But I'm here for you guys, and we're going to find that energy, and we're going to talk about it because exciting stuff coming down the pipe for the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Google is finally fixing them, and hopefully it works. I don't want to be skeptical here. I was reading the articles today. They're finally pushing out a major update to the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Very much needed, because that's been one of the biggest things. We've been talking about these phones since they came out, and it was bugs, it's software issues, it's hardware issues, tweaks, things that they need to fix, and it looks like that's finally going to happen. But one interesting thing, and I kind of got caught off guard by it for a minute, and then I let my thoughts catch up with me, and I said, okay, normally we get the security patch the first Monday of the month, and that is today, or whenever you're watching this video. But today, it's the 6th of December, most of the phones are actually getting an update. Like the Pixel 5, the Pixel 5a, all that stuff, they're getting these updates. They're actually getting some of the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro features applied to those phones to get the security patch, but it wasn't available for the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro yet. And some people are like, okay, what's going on? And I was like scratching my head, over here, not over here, because, then I'll lose some more of this. But yeah, I was like, okay, that's really weird. Why is it not coming out yet? And then I had to sit back. I had to reflect a minute. The biggest thing that I said about the 6 and the 6 Pro was that these software issues were self-inflicted by Google, meaning that they should have waited and they shouldn't have pushed the phone out and hurried it out to where it had all these bugs they had to fix in the first place. That was 100% in their control. They control Android, they control the hardware, they control everything about the process. So why did they rush it out? Why would they put out a phone that has all these serious bugs? And then, of course, you've also got the software developers that have to program and make sure everything is optimized for the Tensor chip. And I think that's what a lot of the problems are. It's optimization of Android for the Tensor chip, not so much that Android 12 actually had so many problems. And that's why it was working better for Qualcomm phones than these new Pixel 6 and 6 Pro with the Tensor chip. So I'm okay with them taking a little bit longer. You have to understand here, as they're working with two different chipsets now, you have to program them differently. It's a different underlying processor. It's like having a V8 engine in one car and a V8 engine in another one. So you got a 350 in this guy over here, and you got a 302 small block over here. Well, everything doesn't fit exactly the same, even though you could potentially be pushing out the same horsepower. You could be having similar torque benchmarks. It's not identical. This is not typically when you have a Qualcomm chip. It's like stock car racing. You have the same processor in all these different phones, so the baseline operating system and the way everything works is the same. So when you get this new Tensor chip, it throws a wrench in things because it's a completely different beast underneath the hood. Even though at face value, when you use the software in the phone, well, it looks and it feels the same in most instances. And that required a lot of optimization on Google's part. It requires a lot of optimization in some ways on software developers' parts and also app developers. So it didn't surprise me entirely that there were as many bugs as there were, but I felt like they should have waited a little bit longer. So looking at this new one, there are over 100 fixes that are going to be in here. We're talking camera fixes, we're talking software fixes, we're talking battery optimization, we're talking all sorts of things. Things from animations to the focus to the motion to the refresh rate. There's all sorts of stuff that's going to be addressed and fixed. So much so, I'm not even going to go through this changelog. Like, when it gets here, we'll talk about it more, but I wanted to let you guys know it's coming. I don't know what date yet. It just says later on this month in December, but I didn't want to get wrapped around the axle. My first inclination was, these SOBs, how in the world are they going to make the update that's normally available that comes out on the first Monday of the month? The other phones are getting it. Why aren't the 6 and the 6 Pro getting it? The 6 and the 6 Pro are your flagship phones. And then I said, okay, Adam, calm down for a minute. Let's think about this rationally. Let's remember the video we made. They're doing things right. They're making sure that it's ready. And if it's ready and everything works as it's intended to, nobody's going to bat an eyelash when this software update drops. Like, if they were to go ahead and release it tomorrow or today and there were still problems, people would say, what the heck, the phone still isn't fixed. Pixel, Google, you can't do your job. We waited all this time and they still didn't get it updated properly. So I'm okay with them taking a little bit longer. Take the time, slow down, step back, make sure everything is good. Make sure it's all good to go, because that's what we need. That's the credibility punch. That is the update that we need Google to make this phone more appealing, more reliable, and more okay whenever you look at it and go, okay, they've got this tensor chip, they've got the software, they need to make sure everything works as it's intended to, because this is 100% their baby. You can't blame it on Qualcomm, you can't blame it on MediaTek, you can't blame it on anybody else. Everything is 100% on Google's shoulders now, because they control the software and the hardware experience, which we truly believe is supposed to take us to the next level in Android nirvana on our phones. It's supposed to be the new Apple incarnate in the Android world. So I get it. There's growing pains, there's hiccups, there's all sorts of things you encounter whenever phones first come out. But this one right here, they had it 100% in control in their own hands. I felt like they should have waited. Thinking about that now, I'm okay with it taking a little bit longer. We know that this update is coming. They've said it. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks, whatever. Maybe it's a Christmas miracle. You know, wait for it. All you wish for is your 2 front teeth and also your Android update for your Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. I'm looking forward to testing it out, because I've really championed the Pixel 6, because I think it's probably the best phone out there for most people. It is a serious flagship caliber phone at only $600, and they had such good deals over Black Friday and Cyber Monday and holiday sale specials. So I expect to see that a lot moving forward. I think this is moving the goalpost for pricing in the Android smartphone world, because even maybe Apple, you look at these guys, you look at Samsung, they're fixing to come out with phones that are $899, $1,099, maybe $11, $1299. And then you look at the Pixel 6 at $599. Man, I would recommend that to a lot of people over spending over $1,000 on a Samsung phone. Even looking at Apple phones, it's $799 for the introductory level, iPhone 13. So this is a serious game changer, and they just need to get all their ducks in a row to really accelerate. Like they're okay right now, they're maintaining, they're moving along, but this allows them to downshift, drop a gear, draft, pick up and move around that guy in front of them, and take off and take the lead in some areas. And I'm excited about it, and I think you should be too, because this is a big deal when it comes to the Android smartphone world. It's a big deal for Pixel. Looking forward to seeing these new features, looking forward to seeing these enhancements, looking forward to finally being able to use the phone the way it was intended to when it first showed up. So $599 for the Pixel 6, I think is an amazing deal. $899 for the 6 Pro. This is one heck of a complete phone. I enjoy using it a lot. They're both excellent devices. Hopefully they're fixed, 100% ready to go whenever this new update comes out, and then we can sing all the praises we should have been able to sing a month ago. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.